Hi, this is Growing Up Aspen with Andy Collin and Chris Pomeroy, and our new podcast, Movie Chat, with some students that we grew up with that got into the film, entertainment, commercial world, and we're here to talk about our experiences and how Aspen pushed us in our direction. Today we are here with Ivan DeWolf, who went from local sculptor in high school to working in special effects in the film industry for movies like Pirates of the Caribbean. So let's ask. I got one of the first questions I ask is sort of what if you had to pick a double feature, what would be a double feature that you would sort of think of? I've been doing double features and I'm at like 500 and something.
Here's the thing is that I think in a lot of ways, I would find it impossible to make a list, in order from my least favorite to my most favorite. If I were
Right.
to make a double feature, it would have to be sort of for a target audience, if that makes
But
sense.
no,
Hmm.
Yeah,
double features are for any reason at all.
Genre
Either
or
they're
something.
either
Yeah.
they're
yeah,
similar or they're different or there's two competing genres coming together. Any reason
uh-huh.
at all, you could have a double feature.
That's a good
I
one.
did American, I did French, and I
Uh-huh.
did Point of No Return and La Femme Nikita.
Okay, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
and I think La Femme Nikita in my mind is the classic, and the Hollywood version is cool, but it's not quite the same. It doesn't quite have the same grit that La Femme Nikita has, but they did
Oh,
a pretty good
I've got a
job.
good pairing. Here's an odd one.
Yeah.
How about the Magic Christian and
Nice.
King of Hearts?
Oh, yes, perfect. That's an Aspen double feature too.
Yeah, and oh man, both those films really are about madness
Yep.
and life.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Um,
that's great. And if I remember correctly, I think I've seen both of them when the ISIS, when the off season would show and movies were low, they'd bring in all the old
Well, no,
movies.
it was with the Wheeler. It was John Bush at the Wheeler Opera House
Oh
that would
yeah,
show.
okay.
He showed King of Hearts, I think, probably at least once every 2 years.
Yeah.
And I saw that
Nice.
film in theater so many times. And it's just, it's to me, I think of it as like a kids movie, but it's just such a lark.
Yeah.
And it's got a good, underground commentary on war and the stupidity of war and the
Yes.
madness. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I wonder if I've ever
definitely.
seen that. I might not have ever seen that one.
Oh,
Magic
really?
Christian.
Magic
Let me
Christian
look
is a
up.
re- is
Oh
a
my
bit more
God, dude.
obscure.
Yeah.
That's
That has so much relevance to today and
yeah.
greed and everything. It's
Oh yeah.
just amazing. Um, I was thinking about Das Boot and U571. It's
Oh
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah.
complete
Yeah.
contrast.
Yeah.
One's a masterpiece. One's I guess entertaining, but.
Yeah.
I think for funny, I went with In Like Flint and Austin Powers.
Oh
Nice.
yes. Oh my God, that's a good one. Like Austin Powers is almost a parody of
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Oh man.
And then
That might actually be a part of a parody of that. Some of the Michael Caine stuff that comes into Austin Powers 2 and 3. I think he was channeling something like that. Maybe
yeah, well,
not
Kurt
Emily
Cobain
Flint.
or what's his name? Uh, the guy in like Flint. It was God, he's a cowboy actor all the time. Um,
Not
Um,
not Newman. Who was that?
no.
James Coburn.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yes.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was classic. I did another one too, which total Aspen. I remember being a kid going to this. I think with you guys was North Dallas 40 and Slapshot.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
yeah.
nice. You're nice. Slap shot for sure, man.
Slapshot. It is kind of funny.
Hands-
I've
handsome
wound up
brother.
up here living in Canada, and hockey for me was always was a problematic sport because I did play hockey several times, and I usually skated way better than the other hockey players. But man, I couldn't do anything with a puck. Like I had really sort of strong, nimble, capable legs, and
Yeah.
completely feeble and unable arms, flailing.
Yeah.
So we'd be like out scrimmaging or whatever. I'd be like everybody's like struggling and together in this little ball over on one side of the ice. I just easily skate just around them, and I wind up down by the far net. Just no one's around me or anything, and they're like, "Hey, DeWolf's over by the net." They pass me the puck, and I just would miss. Fucking hated me. The other players on the team hated me with cause. I was like a trap. I was like guaranteed to be in the right place, but completely unable to do anything with it. So, uh,
Yeah, I remember the hockey guys were like Tom Crum and
yep.
all those
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
So
I remember he was a really good skater. Because most of the hockey players were kind of like big and burly, but
yeah, they were
clumsy
they were
on the ice.
shovers. They were shovers
Yeah,
more than they were
and
skaters.
I was ultra lightweight, and I had kind of normal sized legs, and I was really
Yeah,
scrawny, so I could change directions really fast. So
yeah.
like, if there was any such thing as like ice tag, man, because we played tag on the ice all the
Yeah.
time, and I would literally be fucking with the hockey players. Like, pardon me for swearing. I shouldn't swear.
Oh,
But
that's
I'd be
fine.
literally skating circles around them, like, "Come on, get me,"
Yeah.
and they'd be like all lumbering and trying to get at me, and I was half their size, but I was also a quarter of their weight.
Right. Yeah.
So
Scrappy.
Exactly.
yeah,
I had that same issue in baseball. I could catch and I could throw, but I was tiny. I wasn't even 5 feet.
yeah,
I entered high school under 5 feet. So
yeah.
little,
I was a late bloomer for sure. I mean, I was
yeah.
5'3" when I was 18. I'm 6 foot now. I tell people that, and they have a hard time believing that. But I passed for under 12 movie tickets until I was 18.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
the same. I was the same, Ivan. I wonder if it was something in the water,
Yeah, it could be.
or they
It was
didn't
the
have all
mind
the
tailings.
hormones in the milk yet, or something.
Yeah, the fountain of infernal youth. Yeah, but on the flip side, like whatever, middle school and high school were kind of uncomfortable and unpleasant because I looked so young. But you flash forward to being in your 30s and 40s, and
Yeah,
instead of
exactly.
having 2 or 3 good years when I was a kid, I had 2 or 3 good decades when I was older. So
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it balanced out.
I'm in your ballpark.
Yeah.
So, what's the first R-rated movie that you remember seeing? That
Oh, the first
a big
R-rated movie
movie.
actually was when I was a little kid in Boston. Was Fellini's Amarcord.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I like for whatever reason in Boston when I was a kid, my sister would wind up taking care of me, so she just was bringing me to the theater all the time. I mean, I loved movies even before I moved to Aspen. I mean, in Aspen, it was easy to love movies.
Yeah,
You just walk out of the house and walk to your choice of 3 movie theaters. A town that size, 3 movie theaters, and one of
yeah,
them a full-fledged like inner city style urban like art house theater showing
yeah,
like Solaris and Eraserhead. I
yeah,
mean, it was
But
amazing. It was
you're
such
talking about the Wheeler, right?
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
What a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
place to grow up. A great
yeah.
place in time.
yeah.
For if you love cinema, it was an amazing place. And I saw every mainstream. I saw at least 3 films in theater a week minimum. You know?
Well, the double feature I remember, first double feature ever seeing at the Wheeler
Mhm.
was It Came from Outer Space and The Creature from the
Oh,
Black
yes,
Lagoon.
in
Nice.
3D.
And I think it was with
In
you
3D
guys.
with the glasses.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
the old
Yeah.
glasses. I remember
Yeah.
looking back and you could see everybody with their glasses on.
Yep.
I
That was
think I was at that one
amazing.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still love It Came from Outer Space. I saw it on video. It just doesn't have the same impact as seeing it in 3D at the Wheeler, but
yeah.
um
They just retransferred it, and I just saw it at a little local theater,
oh,
and they actually upped the 3D effects a little bit because of the
oh,
technology now.
yeah, yeah.
So it had a little more depth to the whole movie,
Nice.
which yeah,
Oh, now I want to go see it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing that makes me sad. The town that I live in now, we do not have a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, not one.
Well, that's
Well,
happening
it is the
everywhere.
age of the internet, so
It
you
is
can.
the age of the internet, and it's a real struggle to make a go of movie theaters. And they're trying different things, like showing sporting events, and like movie theaters are trying to find other techniques to survive. It's a
Yeah.
financial struggle for most of them.
Thanks for listening to Growing Up Aspen's movie chat podcast with Chris Pomeroy and Andy Collin and Ivan DeWolf. And we'd like to thank the Aspen Times and the Aspen Daily News for letting us use material for our book, Growing Up Aspen, Adventures of the Unsupervised, which you can get at twistandturnpress.com or any local bookstore. Thanks.